Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be doing a session recap. I'm going to try and get better at doing these because I've been missing them a lot and there's been kind of a hectic schedule. But now that we're kicking back into regular trading season, no more holidays in the next coming days. Obviously, we still have New Year's Eve and all that jazz. But I'm going to be coming out with a schedule and trying to make these a lot more consistent. Risk disclaimer. I'm no professional, nothing. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Just list whatever. Okay. So let's talk about this, right? Oil did a nice little whoop-de-doo. Here we go. Right at the open, you can see we're in this imbalanced up state. Boom. We give it one last drive up, and then it goes to shit. So it fails down. We can see on the cumulative delta that it just basically started just ripping and selling like crazy. So, was this a tradable sell-off? Maybe. And the only reason I say maybe is if you are in an advanced stage, let's say you were taking profit or whatever off of a imbalanced long trade up here, then you could have justified a short up here, not off of the basis of narrative, but just as a counter trend short, expecting to scale out at this +1 standard deviation. Because as you can see, +1, +2, +1, +2, +1, +2. So you could have justified a short right there looking for that. Now, then you obviously got a lot more bang for your buck. Here's where there was a little bit more cohesiveness, I guess you could say, behind it. We had our 5-day point of control sitting right here. It's a very heavily traded price over the last few sessions. And you have it attempt to come down here, go up, and right here, as soon as you don't fail down into this -2, that's giving you a sign we're probably not going to go imbalance down, right? So if we're not going to go imbalance down, we're probably going to return to value. And I thought that at this point you would be in good shape buying pullbacks. So maybe you bought this pullback right here and then get stopped out and then buy it again here and take it up. Obviously, this is a place where you'd probably want to get out of the trade because it's just chop, 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 chop. And actually, I took this short right here because we broke right below this inflection point that I had and just held right below that and VWAP. Meanwhile, if you look at the cumulative delta, it's just been tanking and tanking and tanking. So I was like, okay, we'll take the short. I had my stop or my target like right here, and then oil just absolutely puked its guts out. So, I got my target filled, but then it did the whoop-de-doo, and then there you go. So, again, I don't know if this was really anything that you could have traded, especially given the prep that I had. It's not always easy. I mean, if you do your prep, and if you don't get what your prep's telling you should get, then don't take a trade. Like you don't have to force it. It's fine. You'll be okay. All right, gold I thought was trash today. So we had essentially we had the open outcry right here. We drive down back into this bullish inflection, which has just been a long time. We're in this auction, this rotational auction right now. So that was really the only trade that was there. I tried it and then I ended up getting stopped out on this wick lower, and then I never got back in, so I missed it. But it is what it is. That's going to happen. I probably should have gotten back in, but that's hindsight Henry for you. So anyways, came down right into our bullish inflection. We have a positive cumulative delta, shoots right up. You could scale out at VWAP if you wanted, or definitely at your bear zone, which is the top of this auction. And now we're just holding and holding. So this was chop chop. There was nothing here that you really could have engaged in. Maybe, and I say maybe very, very diligently, this VWAP trade. There is something to be said with the amount of value that we built up here. And when it came down to VWAP, the probability after all this compression that we were just going to ditch it, it was a little bit low. Again, that would have been a seriously higher risk trade. Anyways, so Now we're just holding at the edge of this compression or this edge of this distribution, so that's kind of leaning me to think we're gonna eventually make a move above it in the overnight session, but we will see. What else do I have to show you? Oh, the Russ and Gus. All right, cool. Oh, this has my fills on it too. Okay, so uh, right at the opening drive, pukes itself out. I missed this because I was a little bit distracted by some of the other markets. Starts doing this little whoop-de-whoop thing, comes up here. Go away. I took this. I was just doing these counter trend shorts, and right here, these probably should have been longs, not shorts, because we were accepting back inside of the intraday value, but I was also below my line in the sand. And then this one I shorted when I was above the line in the sand, so it was just kind of whatever. I was having a little bit of fun today because I wasn't trading actual capital. Those were all sim trades because it's the 30th. I'm not about to put risk on the first day back after 2 weeks. So, anyways, we accept back inside of the intraday value, shoot up to the value area high right here, and then we break above value area high, retest it, accept, imbalanced up, boom, plus 1.5 standard deviation, classic. Come back down. You would have wanted to seen it to come up to the 2 at this point, but instead it just chops, chops, chops. So what do we get? It sells right back off to VWAP, and then pukes, or not pukes, just fizzles out for the rest of the day. Nothing after this kind of move right here that was too tradable. However, we did have this bear zone come up to the bear zone, short pullbacks, that would have been a trade. All right. So I think the key lesson for today was learning how to sit on your hands and do nothing for the first part of the session and let the actual opportunity present itself later, not getting stopped out 1,000 times doing something stupid in the start of the session. Consciously choosing to do nothing.